thing to this like I normally try to. Alright, I think we are live. Hello, friends and fellow gamers, I am That Zero, and we are back with episode 8 of Cap Race, that's the name of this thing. It's a Last Cloudia Podcast, and we here with Jawline Coon.
What's up, guys?
And DK.
Yo, what's going on?
Yo. Yeah, we are here, and we're gonna have tons of fun today because we don't have much to talk about, so we're just gonna go rogue on this entire podcast, you know? So I guess we can start out just getting business out of the way a little bit as far as things that kind of happened in the game, which is basically just we got part 2 of Eliza's event. No, I don't want to go into a browser. Stop it.
Good old Steam.
Good old Steam. Yeah, so we got part 2. About the only thing worth noting here is 2 things. One, you can spend your tickets on this 60 cost run here, which isn't, like, it's relatively easy, but for some people it actually will probably put up a decent little fight for you.
It's annoying. I found it annoying.
Yeah, but basically the level 100...
Ticket, the 60 ticket?
Yeah, Future Memories, the extra stage.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
Yeah, you have to fight Roland, Lancevale, and Eliza. Yeah, slightly annoying. Yeah, so if you get them weak and don't kill them fast enough, they're just going to spam ults on your face, and you're going to be a little sad about it. But anyway, whenever you complete it, you get 3 souls for a random unit in your team. Neat. And then I believe this also gives you that ether progress, so I think each of your equipped arcs gets, 2% on this one? Is that right?
Yeah, 2%.
Yeah, 2%.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, so, if you're already farming the event anyway, for whatever reason, you can get some extra souls and then a bunch of ether progress for the people that need it. So, cool. We don't see that type of stuff too often, so it's something.
It's definitely a first.
And then the other big thing as well is we got the next part of the rewards, which I can't even look at anymore. Cool. But basically, we got a new accessory as well. This is the Phoenix Feather, Eliza's Phoenix Feather. So accessory gives you a good amount of HP actually, which is a pretty nice benefit. Which, in fact, to find it, we'll just sort by HP because it's got to be like top 5 HP. Yeah, the second best, at least that I have on my account. So 550 HP, a little bit of earth resistance, and then 15% critical damage. To me, this is kind of just for PvP usually. But I mean, if you're on a newer account and you don't have the tools yet, or you're not built up enough to do damage, like, I thought about this the other day. Critical's still pretty important in builds for, like, early people. Like, if you're at, like, an early game build, mid-game build, like, crit can really help you to kind of bridge the gap on your damage. So, really good accessory to just keep you alive and then do some extra damage. And then in PvP, helps just put your crit, that little bit higher to hopefully snag a kill. So, neat. So, definitely recommend getting it. I'm sure this event will come around again, though. It's not like a super limited event. Probably see it at least one more time over the next year. But, yeah, fun times. The other thing is we got a rerun of the Lillibette event. This one is even less exciting, to be honest. It's so, dated that the reward system doesn't even have a collect all button. And these rewards are not really that worthwhile. Like, at the top, we have 30 Mother Souls, which we get showered with Mother Souls these days. So, I don't think it's that worth going out of your way to level this up, to be quite honest. The mission rewards that we also have, not that exciting. There's, I guess, magic taken minus 10% clothes that are in here. I don't know who would wear this. Even for a new account, this seems pretty blah. I just don't think this event is that worth your time. The main thing that's good is to get through the main, at least get through all of the base, getting through this stuff, because you'll get some gems along the way, and you'll also get, more importantly, a bunch of these rocks. So the neat thing that this event does bring is some unique alchemy stuff. So you can use those rocks in order to cheaply level up a bunch of stuff. So you have 100% rate up on upgrading this stuff via alchemy, and then you can use this resource instead of what they would normally take. So you see these right now, which is like a unique thing for Lillibette, this really, really crappy thunder drill. But you may there's some other ones. There's the golden Vulcan, another crappy weapon. But it could be that those things eventually show up in Godforge. So if you're already farming for rocks, you can level them up. But the real big one is that Trishula's here. So if you haven't spent an absorbent amount of resources to go and level up Trish already, which hopefully you have put that off or did this the last time the event was here. But it's really expensive to get those rarer items actually plus 40'd, and it's for pretty little gain. You just get plus 40. But with Godforge being around, who knows if Trish will end up in the Godforge? I'm sure at some point it very well could. Yeah. So you may as well get it plus 40. Imagine what it would be. Yeah, I would imagine increased stats and like maybe like it could
you
just.
Think they would add something to its trait because it's already bust. I don't think so.
I don't know. You know, if you asked me like 2 months ago, I'd say yes, they'll probably add something. Hopefully something minor, like maybe it also gets the effect of like Lost Souls, like your special also can ignore, which like that's not a huge deal, I don't think in general. Like it's fine. But then we now have seen other weapons like the Rephiosphere that got nothing. Got no benefit. It went from 20% earth damage to keeping 20% earth damage and just getting stats. I would not be surprised if it just got better stats. Of course, if it got like over 300 strength and was basically the same weapon, like I'm gonna Godforge it, you know?
I think everybody will.
I'll do it. Why not? I don't need the strength that much, but I'll take it for sure.
The sad part is I think I was like at plus 39. Like before this event, or the first time it came around, I was at plus 39 on Trish with just like, you know, the actual mats. And when it came out and I saw that it was there, I was like, well, guess I'll go kill myself then. Because I had already gotten it to 39. And then it's, oh, hey, by the way, you can get it at plus 40 pretty easily. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Sucks to be you.
It does.
But yeah,
but it wasn't like the Godforge though, where it was like a dramatic increase at 40. You know how like they kind of do that. Yeah, it's like holy crap damage you kind of get after.
Yeah, but at the time before when people were leveling this up, before this came around the first time, we didn't have multiplayer yet, which means we didn't have this new economy where like, you know, these what are now mid-tier mats were not that accessible. Like we didn't have the new tours to make it so that we could get 4 to 5 plus mats per drop off of tours. Yeah. So getting a ton of like all that shit, the dragon eyes and, you know, all those things that were super high tier stuff before, when you needed to burn through like 70 of those to plus 40 something or more, you know, it was not an easy task, whereas this is pretty easy. So back then it's pretty rough. And I posted in Discord, hey guys, make sure if you don't have Trish up to go and do this, and somebody was like, I just got it to like 36. I didn't know this was a thing. It's like, sucks to suck. I guess you can get the other levels for free. So,
GG.
Sad face. But yeah, so go ahead, get this stuff. I believe when I went through and just did the basic completion, no farming beyond the regular completion of each, just those completion rewards got me like, I want to say it was like 250 or something, which I'm pretty confident is enough to just take Trish up. So you could just go in, get through the basic ones, level up your Trish, and walk away from the event entirely. I think you're looking good. I don't think it's worth farming much further than that unless you really want to you know, get some of these other things up. But these other ones you can level are like 4 stars, 3 star. Like this, you can just do natural alchemy and you're not really missing out much. It's really Trish that's the big deal.
Mm-hmm. So I think if they do anything as far as leveling up something, I think they might just do what they kind of did with the Kagasuchi blade and all that stuff. They'll probably just, you have to trade it in for a new level. And I think just adding the special damage would be a huge plus to the Trish like trait. So yeah, I mean, we could definitely see that probably next year of some sort, and that would be a great idea because considering how old it is.
Yeah.
There'd really be no reason not to. And, you know, I'm tired of seeing my special damage getting weakened because of a certain, you know.
Well, then run with Lost Souls too, man. Just run the duo, you know.
I'm over the dual wield game.
What?
I'm too good for the dual wield now.
I'm too good. I'm a doppelhander guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm just kidding. I love dual wield. Don't get me wrong. I like my hits.
Yeah, imagine if they added physical damage to Trish's trait. That'd be pretty insane.
Oh yeah, so that your regular damage would pierce too. Is that what you mean? So that it's all physical instead of just skills?
Yeah, all physical and
just so then your regular attacks would ignore too. That'd be amazing. That would be crazy.
What if they added magic attack though? I mean, it's something we've all kind of wanted too.
I mean, sure, but like,
Just saying, I wouldn't mind it.
I'm gonna need you to stop saying.
I think I would have a hard time running it. So here's the thing. Like, if they did that, I think adding physical damage would be much more broken than adding magic. And the reason is that,
oh yeah,
like, physical damage and physical attacks don't care about stats too much. Magic actually really wants int, and Trish will have no int. Like, they could yeah, but why? That would just be silly. I mean, I guess they could. Like, you're right.
They could do whatever they want.
They could give it the Refia Spear treatment and be like, okay, instead of being high on strength with like barely any int, okay, now you're really high on strength and int.
Yeah, like, jokes aside, they probably just do the physical, honestly.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could be a thing, but if they did that, I don't know if I would even do it, just because if you're going to be doing magic damage, you should just be reducing resistances anyway. Or just use Eliza, who doesn't care about resistances too much.
Just give me Eliza, then I'll use her.
Just have better multipliers, bro.
Oh wait, you just want it for free? You don't want to actually?
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Nobody wants to pay for it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I did a yellow. I did a yellow today with Jaw, and I got another. I got a level 20 Phantom Thief, so not bad.
Nice.
Or plus 20, yeah.
Plus 20, yeah, plus 20, level 20, plus 20.
Do you use Phantom Thief for anything anymore?
I do.
You do? Wow.
I sure do.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
Get out that MTR crap, man.
Nah, I just don't manually.
You got a maid farm.
So here's the thing. I don't manual farm anymore. So Yash and PTR collect dust.
So I'm a rare gym then, huh?
I guess.
No, you're just the
No, actually, I talked to plenty. Yeah. I missed the joke. Joke. I'm just kidding. DK is the joke. Nailed it.
Oh man, just because I'm using a PTR, that's messed up, man. Hey, you gotta respect the man. He's helped us out a lot these past 2 years.
Yeah, he's good.
I mean, yeah.
He is still really good. Like I don't really hate on him. It's just I feel like once you get to end game, he outlives his usefulness. I was really hoping his E5 would give him something. He does. Okay, so if you're end game, you have all the gear basically in the game, and you can make a perfect Yash build. Yash on manual play will absolutely outfarm PTR while killing things faster. Like, easily.
I'm talking about as a character. Actually, so I got...
Okay, as a character, he's fucking cool. His kit is one of the most fun kits in the game.
That's why I'm saying cover your ears, man. I'm just tearing you apart.
Yeah, but like, it would have been really cool if they made his secondary, like, feature. Because, like, Yash, if he's not farming, he could at least be an insta-killer. You know, like he has a use.
The Death God.
Yeah, not only that, but he's got Death God. He's got his like ninjutsu that lets him do a different thing, and he's got like 3 ways built into insta kill without adding weapons or anything else. So like he has the most baked in insta kill stuff of any unit in the game.
Yeah.
So he's just really good at it.
He's actually my first plus 20, so that's why I think I'm more excited about it than most people.
Yeah, it's still really awesome. Plus, like I used the hell out of him before. Like when I was mid game, he was like my main character, you know, because I was just trying to farm everything I possibly could. So I would just run him as my main. You know,
Phantom Thief has been in my party since like maybe the first couple months he came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's definitely a gym to be held.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Regular Lucio was my plus 20. Feels bad.
Wait, regular?
Regular Lucio, yeah, she was my first plus 20.
Ouch.
But then when I got Lena, I was like, hell yeah, plus 20 Lena?
Oh, damn, you got plus 20 Lena? That's not bad, man.
Yes, sir.
Nice. The game lately has been hinting at me that Logia's buffs are going to be really good because they've given me like 3 dupes of him in the last like 4 summons I've done.
Really?
Like every time I get baited that I'm going to get a new unit, it's Logia, and I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take a Logia dupe all day.
I'm plus 10 right now.
I'm not that high. I think I'm probably like plus 8. But I got most of those very recently.
Buffs.
Where's Logia buffs? Oh shit! Come on,
hey, it's DOH time, bro. You gotta let it follow through.
True.
Watch next month or whatever. Anniversary. If they bring out, yeah, we'll see you. Because what are they gonna do? Is Ada's doing an in this weekend or something?
Monday.
Oh shit! It's Friday. Oh my goodness, we're a week away. So I'm guessing are they doing an in at all, so we can kind of see what's going to be happening for the anniversary?
Usually it's Mondays.
Yeah. No, but usually they'll announce like the in a couple weeks, like a week prior. Maybe they'll announce it today, later, or something, or tomorrow. They'll be like,
they haven't announced anything then.
Yeah, no. They're playing games.
Oh yeah.
But
should be soon enough. We'll find out. But yeah, so as far as just standard new stuff, like that's pretty much it. Like that's what we got going on. So I had some different things though. I threw out the other idea that like if any weeks that we don't have a new unit, I think it'd be kind of fun to just showcase some other random unit and just show something off. Maybe teach somebody something that they didn't know, somebody who's maybe underknown or slept on or whatever. And one of the units that I talked about somewhat recently, because Jawline showed me her and kind of her value, is OG Lillibette. So the one that you get for free. Actually a really solid unit as kind of a support character. So I figured I could go in and just kind of do a quick showcase. We don't really do that type of stuff on the podcast very much, but I figured we don't have much else to do, so let's do it. What's a good map to showcase on that has lots of mobs?
Ooh, I know one.
What?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. It's actually gonna be Aldo Forest. Is that right?
Aldo Forest? Where would that? Where is that? Where is that at?
The bottom right.
Bottom from Forbidden Land. All the way at the bottom.
All the way
to the right. Orog Forest.
Oh, Orog Forest. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So what? Just Watchers in the Woods, or what?
Let me see. It's gonna be the first mission.
The first mission? You mean like at the bottom or at the top?
Yeah, at the bottom.
The bottom?
Yeah, bottom.
Continued struggle? Okay, sure. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, at the final wave, there's like 10 rats. Pretty crazy.
It's like 10 rats? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So
just make it to the final wave.
It's a fun numbers map.
All right.
You just do like Balin's S3 and all the numbers show up. It's like or Roy's. It's just one of those.
Okay. So I made this just weird janky build because I thought it would be fun. I just wanted to pick any of my units with AoE that has a decent hit count. So Eldrov and Roland just kind of go together, pretty well. Peanut butter and jelly, all that fun stuff. So Eldrov given the 50k bonus. Then we're just stacking all the other special damage caps going here. Now, and then also we ignore resistances on our special, Lost Souls, cool. I'm not even dual wielding with him because I have him on a different sort of build so that he can go and spam Glass Record to give Lillibette some S2s if she happens to need them. So the main worth that Lillibette has is when she has 2s, when arrows come down, if you're on a different unit, they get special gauge progress for all of her hits, which is pretty sweet. So I'm going to do Arrow Rain, switch over to Roland. Hey, look, we have a third of our ult already. Hey, look at that. We have another third of our ult. Hey, look, we have an ult.
How did you do it?
Insane.
Pretty great. I don't have Atlas, but this is the second best that I got. Hey, look at that. We're capping for, almost 29k.
I love that animation, by the way.
For 30 hits. Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad.
No, not at all.
So yeah, there you go. A little bit pretty okay. She can also just charge her own ult too. For some reason her S2 is just really, really good at charging ults. The only thing that's weird is she does require goofy positioning. So like, you see her running around. I gave her a ton of movement speed, so she moves around like Sonic, which is pretty awesome. Sonic. But yeah, so that's a fun thing you can do. Also, her Goddess Kiss procs can be pretty good. I don't know if I ever run a decent build for it, but let's just do a couple and see what kind of procs we actually get. 52, and like, look at how quick this animation is. Look at this. Apparently she just has to be a ways away. Like, she spams them pretty quick. Like, it seems like she doesn't have like a hard like reset that takes like a half a second like some people do. She just kind of throws them out. Like, it's pretty quick. Though she does have this weird range limitation, but either way. So if you have her doing Glass Record or WAP or whatever, like, she can do that. So she can be here to S2, charge ults of other people, be all your support magic. She could probably be on some God heals if you want. Or I think right now I've got her on like Celestial Mass and stuff, so she could just have like infinite MP for just like sustaining stuff. All right. So
all those rats. Look at all those rats.
Yeah, okay, so that charged pretty much right away. Her S2 does more based on how many enemies there are. So,
I love it.
Yeah.
Right here.
There you go, look at that.
Beautiful.
And everything's dead. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's Shift Lillibette for you.
And they're weak.
Or that's not Shift Lillibette. That's OG Lillibette.
OG.
Yeah.
She has a purpose, guys. To
Paying
charge
for her price of entry. Feels good.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought?
By the way, Edgar, yes, I love my Roland too. I've been using Roland a lot more now. It is that.
He's very fun. Very, very fun. All right, so that's a quick showcase. I'm not going to go into any more than that, but yes, that's kind of fun. If you have something else like, say you want to abuse your Alice's ult, who's the most common one, or, shift Alice's on a single target boss, you'll just get stuff much, much quicker. And if you can have some way of giving Lillibette her charges back, even better yet. So,
duh.
Yeah. Fun times. Yeah, well, people with Honey Elixir or WAP can live that dream, and they can do it really well. So, this is the fun part. We are 20 minutes in and literally out of any Last Cloudia stuff to talk about.
Oh, God.
So we have some other ways we can fill the time. So, one, if anybody has any questions, we can do some Q&A stuff, like 100%. Let's talk about it. But... I was talking in DK's Discord back and forth with some people, and I was wondering your guys' opinion on a subject, and that is horror games / horror movies. Like, A, do you like them? And then let's talk about it a little bit. So,
wait, why are you guys doing this? Oh. Is that what y'all keep me up? Man.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
So first of all, horror games. What's your take on horror games in general? Do you like them? Do you absolutely hate them? Are you kind of indifferent to it? And do you have any general comments on that realm?
I've never, to be honest, I don't. Okay, so do you count like the Resident Evil as horror games?
People do, so we'll talk about it.
First three.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. 1, 2, 3, and Code Veronica will be the most terrifying ones always in the Resident Evil series.
Well, I played those as a kid, and of course at the time I thought they were scary.
Yeah.
But now, now that I'm older, I have not actually played a horror game. I want to. I just haven't done it. I like horror movies. They're pretty great. I like the thought of, getting scared or whatever. So sure. I'm for them.
What's your favorite horror movie? Do you have a particular one you like a lot? Or even a show? Like if you have a horror show too. I'd put those in.
I don't think I have a favorite horror one, to be honest. I have a favorite movie, but
what about you, DK?
I don't think I have a favorite horror movie.
That's it. We got to school Jaw, man. That's it. We're gonna make a Discord just for Jaw only, so we can send him movies and games to play.
Yes, we got some people saying how they love horror games as well. 13 called out Dead Space.
Yes. So that's all I play.
So here's my hot take on horror games. I think that games are marketed as horror games too cheaply. Like they just use it as like, oh, this is a horror game, just so that like they can get people that like horror stuff. I can't stand when that's the case, and the way that they justify it being horror is gore and jump scares. I don't think that's horror to me. Like, I mean, I guess it could be, because like, what else are you going to categorize it as? I suppose. But like a good horror game, just like with a movie, is one where the people that make it understand how the mind works, and you scare yourself, not the game tries to scare you with cheap tricks. Like right. If I'm walking down a hall and I see some body there, just some dead body, it's like, oh man, is this going to jump up and just scare me? I know it's coming, and it's like, even if you know it's coming, there's going to be some really loud noise, so like you're going to twitch a little anyway, because like there's a loud noise that goes with it. Like, I can't stand that shit. I think it's cheap and annoying, and I just don't like it. But what I really like I guess it's kind of cliche, but the first time that I really understood like what I like about horror games was the first time that I played Slenderman back in the day, like the original Slenderman. Ooh, because like it was a perfect example of like, you don't need the best graphics, which is what game developers push. You don't need things to look the best and be gory and have jump scares or whatever. It's all about like knowing your person. And Slenderman was so simple. It was just, you walk around, you find these pages, and you don't let this thing catch you. If you're looking at it, it can't move. If you're not looking at it, it can, but you can't see it. But it had this simple thing where like you could be moving through like this woods that looks really shitty, like the worst graphics in the world, and then out of the corner of your eye, you'll see his arm sticking out from behind a tree. There's no extra audio, there's no extra thing to make it intense. It's just, you see it, and you notice that you caught yourself seeing it, and you're like, oh, this is a problem. I know it is. And it's the same thing in horror movies. Like, one of my favorite horror shows, actually, if I can remember, The Haunting of Hill House. Have you guys seen that?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, dude, fucking incredible. It's a perfect example.
I watched it last week, just because
nice.
of how good it was.
It's a perfect example of how I love horror to be done.
Wait, the new one or the old one?
I assume new, like in the last few years, for sure. Haunting of Hill House. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the one where the house is alive, and I won't talk about any more than that.
So there was an older movie. It was actually an original, like, I think it was a black and white movie, and then I'm pretty sure it was Haunting at Hill House. It was basically when people that go to a house and they don't know who they are, but the list was created by somebody else, kind of thing. Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
Okay, so this is a drama series. Okay, so there's there's movies.
Yeah, this is a series I'm talking about. I never saw the original.
So there's actually 2 movies prior to the series then. So have you ever? I believe is it Hell House or Hill House? I'll have to look it up again, but continue.
Okay. Yeah, either way. I'll have to check it out. I'm actually pretty undereducated when it comes to horror stuff, just because I've grown to be such a skeptic of it. Like, when they impress me, I'm like, this is incredible. And, like, huge kudos to the people that make it. But so often when I've seen horror, it's just cheap jump scares and gore. And I'm just not interested. I don't care. It just feels lazy to me. And I'm seeing a lot of people calling out Silent Hill in the chat as just being amazing and having great, like, story behind it, lore, all that stuff. So yeah, I've heard similar things. I'm really looking forward to playing I have Resident Evil, I think 7 Biohazard for VR that I'm going to get into at some point. I've heard that's super duper good. Which if anybody hasn't played some horror VR, that's some next level shit, and it's fantastic when it's done well. Like and it's one of those good examples where you don't need jump scares if you hear, like, small pattering in the background over here, and then, like, you naturally want to look, and then you hear, like, a gust of wind over behind you, and then you want to look, you know. You know, things that don't force you into the situation by taking control of you, but, like, make you naturally want to react to things. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. The Haunting of Hill House has so many of these little things where, like, there's a scene where one of the characters is, like, looking down into, like, this creepy like cellar or something, I believe, and I don't think everybody would have noticed, but if you look, like, between the slats of the ladder, they don't make a big deal of it at all in the show, but you can see the glint of, like, an eye, and you can see that there's something down there, but it's just not obvious. But if you catch it, you're like, oh shit, I know something's up, and, like, others don't, and that's the type of stuff that, like, makes your stomach, like, fall. When, like, you realize something that's not supposed to be obvious, and it's just like, okay, something's about to happen, but nobody knows yet, you know? So when people take the time to, like, slip things in that make you catch things and, like, realize the dread instead of forcing it upon you, that's when I really, really like horror. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't remember how exactly that came up in Discord, but I think there's somebody that recently joined yours, DK, who's just, like, a complete movie buff. And
nice.
We've just been talking a ton between, like, games and movies and stuff.
So I'm very fluid in the horror game area. And then the movie is called House on Haunted Hill. That's why I got confused. But that's a really good one. You need to check it out. Very similar, same thing. House is alive, and but I love the story to it. A little bit older of a movie, but it's actually well written. But yeah, horror games, Resident Evil, kind of. So if we're gonna talk about bad graphics and amazing horror, we have to talk about Silent Hill 1, because the game. Let's be real here. It's still kind of, until this day, it didn't age well. It looks pretty bad, but the scare factor in there, it wasn't about what you were annoyed with, which was the jumping scares. It was all about the fixed camera angles, and that's why Resident Evil and the rest of the game was so good. It wasn't about what you saw, or it was what you heard. You didn't know what the camera was going to reveal around the corner. The worst thing about Silent Hill is that you're in complete darkness, relying on a flashlight with either a small gun or a crowbar, right? And you basically have to fight your way through hospitals, police stations, even a school at one point, where there are children crying and walking around as ghosts. It is absolutely terrifying. Playing that as a 12-year-old was probably a highlight of the horror days. But also there's also tons of other games like Fatal Frame where you just rely on a camera, Outlast where you're basically playing like Slenderman where you're basically running around trying to escape for your life.
Yeah, Outlast is really great. I think like though. Yeah, that makes me kind of realize like one of the main things that I think usually makes a really good horror experience is having all your power taken from you. Like when you don't have a gun, you just have a video camera and you just have to be smart and like maneuver a situation, not just shoot things in the face. Yeah. You know, it's a different experience. Like you know, somebody called out Dead Space before. To me, I don't think Dead Space is a horror game. I think it's a really good action game that has jump scares and gore. That's what I feel like. Like
the first 20 minutes will terrify you though. It's
sure. But if it's not a consistent thing throughout the experience, like having, 20 minutes of genuine good horror, I mean, I could see I understand why it's made as a horror, like it's considered a horror game, but compared to something like another classic one, Amnesia.
Okay. Yeah.
You play that from back in the day? Yeah. I never actually finished it cuz I got it just super duper long ago, but
There's
I started
a new one too.
Yeah, I've heard very mixed things. Like some people said it was pretty good, and others said that
it's okay.
People said that they tried to like over polish it and focus on graphics rather than like actual gameplay and like, the psychological stuff behind it. But either way, the little bit that I played of Amnesia, it was another one of those things where it's like you just feel like you're struggling to survive, and there's nothing you can do about it, but just try your best. Like you don't have a gun, you don't have anything, it's just you're slowly going insane and all you can do is maneuver this horrible situation that you're in, and just having these things like I remember, I'm sure it was right towards the beginning because I doubt that I got very far in, but where there's these like invisible monsters that would be coming after you and you'd have to navigate this stuff, and the only way that you knew where they were is they would be like walking through water and you would see their feet splashing in the water as they would chase you around, and you'd have to like navigate all of this stuff and like stay in light so that you can keep your like sanity up. And it was just like crazy to see like boxes just randomly get knocked over and then splashing coming towards you and stuff, but you couldn't see what was there. You couldn't see how horrible and grotesque whatever this creature is. You just knew something was there and was going to be threatening you.
So like on the line of insanity, so I'm gonna drop 2 more games because like I said, I could do this all day. Like if you wanted a 3-hour podcast on just horror games, I could do it.
Oh god.
So 2 more name drops that people might not or may actually, and if you do know these, that's pretty amazing. That shows your age for sure. So one is actually gonna be one of my absolute favorites, like to ever be created, is Eternal Darkness, on the GameCube. That game will test your insanity as a real person. I mean, it's not about jump scares. It literally messes with your brain as you're playing the game. And I'm talking like there was one point where you're playing and you're alive and well, and your body just starts to get cut in pieces as you're walking, and then you like literally questioning. And you let's say you didn't save because back in the day you had to save at save points just to like progress, right? And if you didn't, you lost all your data. So, dying in the middle of a mission, and you're getting pissed, right? You're getting mad. I'm here screaming on my TV, right? And then the screen flashes and you're okay. Or you're playing the game and there's a fly on the screen, so you're swatting the fly because it's bugging the crap. Who likes a fly around their screen when you're trying to play a game? And this fly is actually in the game, but one of the worst ones. And I'm not even kidding, guys. There's a fly stuck. There's a bunch of flies on your screen, so you actually swat the screen because it looks like it was actually there. So the thing is with the game is that you have a sanity bar, and the lower the sanity bar gets, the more the game messes with you, and it's very, very random. So another time, if your sanity gets too low, and let's say like there was one point where I was trying to survive, I was about to beat the game, I hadn't saved in like 2 hours. Back in the day, whenever your GameCube or PS2 would just shut off and your screen would go black, and it would just show a blue screen with like the AV cables.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this from someone.
It does this. Yeah. It would do that to you, and your GameCube would be on, and it would do it for a while, like a good couple minutes, and you're trying to fix your cables. One time, I actually turned off the damn GameCube, bro. I'm not even kidding. I thought it was the damn game. Yeah, I was so pissed.
So what do you think is the better dev troll? That, or in the original Pokemon Blue and Red trainer guide, the game manual, when Professor Oak is there and says, "This Master Ball that you get is extremely rare and you should only use it on the most powerful of Pokemon, like Magikarp."
I'm gonna have to go with Eternal Darkness. I really am.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then my second game is gonna be Clock Tower. Now this one's super underrated. Very, very corny. It's actually kind of like a point and click, but it's terrifying. It's multiple endings. It's on PS1. I think it had a JP side on Super Nintendo, but that's when I found it was on PS1. But yeah, that is a pretty terrifying game too as well, because it's, like I said, it's a point and click, and you got to basically search a mansion or wherever you're at, and this thing called the Scissor Man is chasing you, and you can't do nothing. There's no weapons. It's like their first survival, like kind of like the way Amnesia and Outlast and Sunderman are, but it was like a third-person version of a point and click.
Awesome.
So
sounds
sometimes
cool.
it was fun. But
nice.
Like I said, Alone in the Dark too, Parasite, one of my all-time faves, but I would go more like towards an action RPG for that one, games. And Alone in the Dark too, that was a great one. With the PlayStation and Dreamcast. Very, very good.
Nice. Yeah, I saw a couple people also talking about like the pitch dark scenes in Silent Hill 1 as well as Dead Space. I haven't played too many of the Silent Hills, so I don't know. But I will say, yes, going back to Dead Space real quick, they did do the like pure darkness zones pretty well. And I will say, even though like it's cliche, I do think having like the limited vision with like only seeing where your flashlight is absolutely like a good clean way to do horror, because like it's you discovering where the the scare factors are. And like in VR it feels even better because you can look in a different direction than your flashlight is, even though you probably shouldn't. So like it just creates some interesting things instead of like having everything fixed like in a first person game.
I haven't had a chance to play VR just yet. I'm going to.
Yeah, it's a good time, man. Highly recommend. You can do it pretty cheap now. It's pretty accessible.
Yeah, I need to get the Oculus Rift. I mean, I have the PC to do it, so I just need to invest in it.
You can also just get I believe it's the Quest 2 maybe. I've heard that it's super good. It's like like $200 standalone. Mm-hmm. Like you don't even need a PC setup for it. Right. And it's supposed to be super good. So that's like probably the easiest way to do it. I just have PlayStation VR, so since I already have the PlayStation, so I use that, which is arguably like the worst VR, and it's still fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's just I slept on VR for a really long time. I didn't realize that it was like it's a legitimate thing, and it works. I mean, not everything works. There's plenty of games that are pretty poor, but if you find some of the things that are made well, they're made really goddamn well. Like Skyrim, way better in VR, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
Nice.
I mean, well, okay, with the caveat that it depends on what type of combat you like, because for me, I could not get the feel for hand-to-hand or the magic combat in that game. And like the reasons were the way that they handle. Like, you could imagine if you have, like, a giant greatsword and you can control, like, what the sword is doing with, like, a hand controller. Like, it'd be really ridiculous if you just, like, were able to swing a greatsword as fast as possible, because, like, that just doesn't work, and just get, like, 20,000 hits, like, really fast. It'd be super broken compared to, having a limited one. So instead what they did is they made it so that after you hit and, like, a hit registers from, like, a big swing, your weapon gets like a small transparency to it for like X amount of time based on the weight of your weapon. So it's like there's an artificial limiter on how many hits you can do per second. So then the idea is that you have to artificially like limit the cadence at which you're going to be hitting stuff. Whereas something like a dagger that's really light, it doesn't have it, which means you could just like take your dagger and just go like this. But like it feels really weird to have like no weight behind your thing, but them wanting to pretend that you do. So I felt like hand-to-hand felt really goofy. And then when you're holding the controller for destruction magic, you would think because the animation is like holding your palms out like this, that they would make you do that. But the way they have you hold the controller is more like a gun. So you using your destruction magic for like a flamethrower is like holding a gun. And to me, I couldn't get my brain to do that. Like that just did not make sense to me at all. But before I uninstalled, I was like, all right, I'm going to try archery, because I always used to be an archer anyway when I used to play like Oblivion and when I played Skyrim before, because of course everybody plays Skyrim in 20 different consoles since they made it for everything. But I was like, all right, we'll try that. And it is one of the best archery experiences on VR out there. It's so good. They've got like multiple control schemes, and like you can shoot as fast as you can draw your bow. So there's actually like this thing where like if something's far away, you want to take your time to draw and like line up a shot and release. But then if things are close to you and you know you can confidently hit, you can just be fucking Legolas and just constantly fire off and just rapid fire up close. And you can do that. That's not even possible on console, because you're limited to whatever like they tell you can do, whereas this is just your manual input is what matters. Or like if you have the right control scheme where you can like aim with your hand and like the bow moves with wherever you're tilted to, you can do things like stealth up over a corner and have like a guard over a ledge, and you can lift your bow and turn it sideways and just like angle it over like you're shooting from cover and just like catch them in the ankle. And like weird things like that, like different sorts of tactical things, is not possible if you're not in VR. And the other thing was super cool in it. I'm glad that I've got plenty of these tangents to go on. This is my podcast right now because
essentially.
Yeah, because like I just go off on tangents, but we have nothing else to talk about, so I don't have to feel so bad about it. But the other thing that's cool is you can use teleport to move, which some people don't really like, but to me it made me feel like I was a wizard. Because like you aim and there's like this little arch that's like angled, so wherever it's arching to, you can teleport instantly to some place. So that meant maybe if there was a rock up high above you, you could angle it so the arch would go up over your shoulder and like up high onto a ledge, and you could just instantly boom dash, and now you're up there. You have high ground and you've kind of kited enemies back, and then let loose a bunch of arrows, and then you could maybe like leap across a bridge or something. Like just movement that's totally not possible with standard movement controls. So then it makes this cool rhythm where like you're like aiming these like teleport spells more or less to be able to boop around places, kite enemies, shoot arrows from like ranged really far or up close shooting a whole bunch. It just feels super sweet. So yeah. And the main thing that really sold me on VR for Skyrim was the first time I went into like one of those really basic dungeons where like the first time you see one of the like Draugr or whatever they're called, the little like zombie guys. And like I went in and there's like cobwebs that you see, and then like dust falls from the top and sounds like rocks are gonna crumble in. It felt so immersive to like go in and just like have like the dust and the sounds all around you and stuff. But I'm just like, oh, I'm like in a dungeon right now. Okay, this is a thing. I should actually be careful. But eventually I learned to just go in and murder stuff just like a normal Skyrim. But it felt really, really cool though when you're in those moments.
Skyrim is definitely a must-play if someone I mean, who hasn't played Skyrim, but
me.
Wait, what?
You haven't played Skyrim ever? Are you
Nope.
just not into like?
You're trolling, bro.
You're just not into that
bro,
type of game?
I have not played it.
Like never like with a friend or seen a friend play it or anything?
I always hear about the memes and everything
son of a
about the
bitch.
game, but I've never played it.
Just no
Not a
desire to, or
single-
you don't like those type of games?
Yeah, I just don't have a desire to.
Fair
It's not.
enough.
I don't think the game's bad or whatever. It's like, again, I've never played it, but I just don't have no interest in playing it.
All right, sweet. Well, I'm glad I was able to engage you in my riveting talk for like 5 minutes there.
I'm actually gonna go back and try to
You're
find
welcome.
that conversation y'all had. Like, where was I on this? Like, what the hell, man?
I don't think it was really that long, but yeah, somebody was just talking about some stuff, and eventually they're like, "Oh, hey, DK would know something about this," and that's when Magic ended up asking you about like Fatal Frame. Like,
yes, I
just
remember
look
that.
about
He
there.
mentioned him
That's
after that.
kind of where it came out of. So if you just look
Oh.
up above that, that's kind of where we were chatting. so.
I actually replied to it. I was like, he was like, yes, I do know about it, and then that was it.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
So, oh my God.
That top tier
Thanks,
engagement in
Magic.
your own Discord, nailed it.
Oh, Magic, he's one of a kind. Let me tell you right now.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's a guy being a dude.
Looking for a girl.
Oh no!
All
We're gonna
right.
bash Magic now.
I mean,
No,
Yeah.
not really. He
we
bashes
all
himself plenty.
secretly love Magic, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, so like, okay, so we have anniversary next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have no idea what's gonna happen. We know that we're gonna get some possible free pulls for the general, which is really nice.
Yeah, I'm still missing
But-
a few arcs.
I really hope that we don't get a run of just like endless reruns of the banners that we've gotten in the past 2 years. I hope we do see some stuff new. and it'd be like a new Godforge maybe boss or something like that. I don't know. I'm actually kind of worried about it, to be totally honest with you guys. I felt like we should have already heard something, kind of, just to get us pumped up for it.
Yeah. I mean,
advertisement's everything, really, if you think about it, So, but
yeah, I don't know. At the same time, kind of whatever. Like, at this point, I've kind of gotten used to just like getting things when, like, the day before, the day or two before. Like, that's just sort of how we've been getting updates lately. We haven't had many times.
How do I take out loans for this, man? There's no way.
You know when it's coming. You don't have to know what it is. You know you're wasting money anyway.
Oh, man.
Like, I know you, DK. It doesn't matter what it is.
Not
gonna get it.
That is true. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you're regular. You already E5 Lance Veil. If we get a shift Lance Veil, you're just gonna spend on him anyway.
If it is shift Lance Veil, it is over and done with.
I would be astonished.
I need a new lightning unit, guys. I need it. I'm DB Ray right now.
Yeah, DB Ray.
You have DB Ray? Just use him.
I do. And man,
He's got a buff. He's got a buff.
Hey, bro. I just want some. I want to. Okay, no joke. I've been building Lance Veil on the side, hidden like on the backboard.
Hey, what are you gonna make him do?
I'm gonna make him do something. All right. So, because I remember that one day that I was getting bashed for doing him first on his E5, and it hit me about a couple days ago when we had the event where we can get the double AP. Actually, was putting every arc that I had currently on him just to see what I could do with him, and I've actually been using the soul events to get him up to E6 and E8.
Oh God.
Nice.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have fun with him just because I don't know. I like the character. I do. Whether
make him a mage.
or not.
Easy.
A mage tank, right? Maybe I'll just make him really annoying in arena. How about that?
Didn't he get an increased guard rate, or is that just? Hasn't he always had that? When he was like at 30%, I believe, right?
You're talking Lance Veil still, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he got some of the newer skills. Like, he probably got, like, EX Guard or whatever that, like, Rudo's got. So, like, when he's extra weak, he has an extra chance, I think. So, yeah. Could be interesting, I guess, but...
Down the road.
Maybe one day.
I don't even remember what he does. All I know is he was a failure of a tank.
No, I'm telling you, I got beat by one in arena. I lowered my guard on him. I was like, oh, look at Lance, that's cute. And then I went after him first, knowing that I would knock him out first. And no, dude, the dude wouldn't die. Like, I put in everything to try and kill him, and he still didn't die, and I ended up getting slapped from behind.
Nice.
Yeah, so
fun.
So I mean, I'm sure he's got. I mean, he's an older unit, guys, but.
True. Edgar pointed out my orbs are full. I'm well aware. I haven't had time.
Wait, yeah, mine have been too, bro.
You guys want to jump in and do some Godforge fights while we're chatting?
Who me?
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm bringing Lance Veil.
And join up if you want. I'm on Fall Mega right now, so if you guys want to come in.
Oh God.
Cool. Be Lance Veil and take all those hits for me.
You know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can build something stupid real quick.
Take all the Fire Harvest.
No, hold on. Let me see
all right. While he sets it up, another thing that we could talk about is, since there's not much going on in LLC, you guys want to, fangirl over your other gachas you're playing right now? One in particular that you guys are really big on?
No, don't get me started. Otherwise, I ain't going to stop.
Yep, it's not going to end. We're
only 45 minutes in. We can play LC while talking about other stuff. Or we could just call it here and then continue hanging out and play some multiplayer for a while.
The story is behind it. So I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan, and I did play Tactics, but it didn't pull me in the way it was supposed to. So Dragon Quest Die was announced, and I played it day one. And I actually introduced it to Jaw, and this fool has not put the damn game down since.
Introduced it? What do you mean introduced it?
Introduced it. I put him on a silver platter and was like,
man,
yo, play this shit.
You didn't do shit. I had seen the game come out. What are you talking about?
Nah, but that's actually what we've been playing. We've been playing that a lot, like, to where, it's overboard at the moment.
I'm overboard.
yeah. Jawline is taking it to a free-to-play to a whole nother level. So in Jawline's eyes right now, and this is him, he's stating that if I do a pull on the banner that is available right now, that I am no longer free to play. Apparently, a free-to-play player is mean that you don't pull shit and you use everything that's given to you in the game.
Well, see, I'm kind of going against myself because look at my LC alt.
True.
But yeah.
But I was free to play there for a while, so.
I mean, I guess if that's what you want to consider it. I mean,
It's
free
not.
to play in general is just you have not spent
Free
real
gems,
money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
you haven't spent any real money.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I don't know. I like the challenge. I mean, I'm keeping up with all the all the people that do
Yeah,
have gear.
it
I'm
really
keeping
is.
up with them.
Really
with with my 2-star gear and my 3-star webs is keeping up with their 4-star gear and 4-star weapons.
Nice.
The game has the best free to play in a good while. It has very good
So
free to
it's
play.
incredibly generous. It's crazy.
It's
Nice.
insane. And
That's
how
awesome.
fun it is. It is stamina heavy. Which I was actually talking to Tweaks about that, and that's the reason why he didn't really pick it up either, is because of the and I get it. It is very, very stamina heavy to where you do use gems for stamina. But I know Jawline's been grinding so much that he's actually using gems now too. But from the numbers that he's given me on how it works, it's actually not bad at all. When you're spending your gems, I think one pull can get you like hours worth of farming. So I don't know. We're having a blast right now. It's gonna
Yeah,
I think it's gonna have a great quality of life down the road.
No regrets.
No
Sweet.
regrets.
Nice.
No regrets.
Awesome. Yeah, and I will say for people who already have main games, like the stamina restriction is really good. Like
Yeah.
you know, if I was talking to you guys before, like if you didn't recommend it to me, I don't know if I'd have necessarily stuck with it. I didn't really see like a huge wow factor to the game myself. It seems like it's pretty good. I will say for like a launch state, it feels really clean. It's got a lot of just simple quality of life things like tapping the screen while anything's happening will fast forward through an animation. Like simple shit like that, you know, that holds weight in my eyes. That just shows like little attention to detail that people did. If I don't have to look through 3 seconds of animations every time I click a damn button, you know, little things like that I really appreciate. You know, it's really, really feature heavy with having multiplayer and lots of different ways to farm events. Skip tickets, which, you know, some other games have, but many don't. So like having those in the game is really nice, and the stamina limitation makes it really nice if you have a different game you main. So like for me, I went on, and every once in a while I'll go on and I'll just run like 4 or 5 stages and to like just progress something. I'm like, okay, cool, I did that, I'm out of stamina now, sweet. I don't really feel like I have to play. I'll come back and I'll do stuff, you know, later and just understand the game more over time. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm having an absolute blast playing it right now. I recommend to a lot of people.
Nice.
If they want to just give it a shot.
Zero, are we gonna do friends or how are we gonna do this?
I mean, you could probably just get in with me if you're ready. So like, DK, are you
Oh,
ready with
well, I'm
whatever
ready.
you're running?
Yeah, I'm almost ready.
Almost ready.
Wait,
See,
who's
we're
bringing clock? Are you?
waiting on this
Anybody
guy.
bringing clock tower? I'll bring
Clock
clock
tower.
tower.
You need to clock tower? Oh, jeez, what a
Or
loser.
Omega?
Alright,
Yeah, just break it. What do you mean?
I guess. Whatever.
You think I'm gonna sit through all that shit? No.
Maybe just kill her and don't be a bitch. you know?
Yeah, kill her, break her, easy. Come on. You're prolonging the fight, is what you're doing, my friend.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So,
I think I got my lug ready.
he does not have EX guard. I thought he did.
I think it's in his trait. I think it's
Oh, that
like when
could
he's
be.
at 30%, it like raises or goes higher or something.
Yeah, so maybe he's got it built in or something similar.
Yeah, I don't know if it's EX guard or whatever, but
Alright,
he's
so
got
let's look at
something
traits
built in.
first. Traits we have, defense and.
Oh, did we lose DK? I lost DK.
DK, no.
DK, you're not with us anymore, bro.
Someone at him.
I'm kicking him. You can rejoin.
Oh,
Hopefully he'll notice. You froze. I kicked you. Rejoin, bro.
what a loser.
This dude. Fun times. Fun times. I mean, the podcast is basically over at this point, I feel like.
It is.
We're just kind of in chill
mean,
mode.
Again, there was, to begin with, there was not much to talk about.
Yeah.
So
This episode's going to be
We're
called
gonna miss
Podcast
you
and
for
Chill.
Annie.
Yeah.
Podcast and Chill.
Yeah, this is going to be Podcast and Chill.
We're gonna miss you for Annie, sir. Wait, did you bring that up? You didn't bring that up, did you?
Yeah. Well, maybe I didn't talk about. Oh no. Yeah, you're right. I totally didn't.
Yeah, bring it up.
That's important. I was going to lead with that, and I thought I did. Yeah. So for anybody still here, the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm actually not going to be around for the podcast. So, I'm gonna wait. Jawline, have you talked to DK at all? Do you guys know what you're gonna do, or still gonna figure stuff out?
I think we're still gonna figure something out. We don't like. I think we're probably gonna go along the route where it's not like a numbered.
An unofficial
like
podcast.
Yeah. Essentially, it's gonna be that.
Okay, yeah. So Jawline and DK are very likely gonna do probably same time frame, I assume, on Saturday around 8. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll
I think it's still good.
Yeah, still get together same time. So probably on DK's channel, and then over on Jawline's Twitch, I would imagine. So they'll get together and still do basically a podcast. There'll be an unofficial one. So we'll get back to actually numbered episodes, official episodes, in a few weeks. So I'm gonna be working on my move cross country up to my home state where I used to be. So I'm going to be actually between homes just because of how buying and selling happen to go. So I'm going to be without consistent internet and like my own place for that. So not going to be able to come on and actually do streaming and stuff. So I'm just going to be out for a little while, which is really unfortunate timing since the Annie is coming up. But, we do what we can. So hopefully it will at least, I'm guessing whatever's here for the Annie is going to last like a month though. Like I don't think it's going to be like a 2-week thing. Most likely, at least based on some other things that we've gotten. So let's see. I'm trying to see what
I think I might have to call it. DK can't join.
You don't have my Discord anymore. Well, shit, dude.
Hey, what's up, Ray? How's it going?
All right, hold on. I need to see if like hold on. DK.
Having technical difficulties here.
Oh, man. I must just suck. I'm guessing because I kicked him, it automatically does some other shit that's really dumb.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, so apparently that wasn't the right way. I thought it would just be kind of funny. Apparently there's ramifications for my actions.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right, let's try doing that. Yeah, we're going to have 45 minutes of a podcast followed by an hour of us just sitting around BSing and playing some multiplayer. Top tier content, everybody. That's what we do.
Truly the peak of LC content.
Never again will this stream be matched.
Mm-mm.
All right.
No. Do you want to just call it then, since?
Yeah. I mean, I suppose we can just hop off here. I mean, I'm gonna keep doing some stuff.
Right.
In general, but yeah, I guess for now, we can just drop out of here. So, sorry for things being so disjointed, everyone. But a nice short quickie for everybody this particular pod, and yeah, having a fun time, and hopefully we're gonna have much more to talk about for the Annie next week, or at least these guys will have to talk about, and I'll be in their Discord and influencing things. Hopefully, maybe I can pull up some things in chat or something.
Yeah, just be in the streams chat.
Yeah, so I might be able to do that. All right, cool. Well, until next time, everybody, go forth and murder things, etc.
See you guys.